I'm going to wait a little bit to get started before some people come in, which this is like an impromptu live. So if y'all are on the rewatch, I did not say anything about going live. Y'all, I have been MIA for a little minute. I think it's probably been like a week or two. I have been posting up a couple of crochet hot takes, but outside of that, I have been missing because I've just had a couple of things going on, switching up with my space wise. So I know some people may have to catch this on the um, replay, but before I even get started talking, I want to say hello, my beautiful, amazing crochet family. I am your one and your only Lady of Crochet, LadySamoan, and we are back with another live video. Yes, 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 y'all. So this live, because it was such an impromptu live, and really I'm gonna be honest with y'all, this live was more so for me to say, get up and go live and stop procrastinating about it. And I don't know if procrastination is the correct word, but it's one of those things to where I have been wanting to go live on YouTube for some time. And now that I got things all set up the way that I wanted to be set up, I was still like, I don't know if this is the right time or whatever. So before I even show y'all what I'm gonna crochet on live, hello, Malibu Maddie. Before I show y'all what I'm going to crochet on live, I would say what I'm going to do is I lost my train of thought. Hello, Miss DOY Creations, Miss Jeanette. I'm back. I'm trying to get myself together here. So for me, I'm like, listen, let's go live and let's crochet a little bit for my August blanket. So y'all, I got most of my blankets started because I don't know if anyone remember the beginning of the year, I said I wanted to do a blanket a month. So I have 3, I think, finished, and we are in, which month is this? Let me see, 1, 2, 3. No, I have 4 finished. So we're going into our 8th month. So the other 3 started, but not completely finished. But I said for August, I want to go ahead and start August so that I can at least have it started. And when I have to finish off the border of the rest, we're good to go. But y'all, let me tell y'all this too. I'm all over the place. Let me get myself together. I still have not finished this hat. So for one thing that I was going to say, I think I found my train of thought. We did move. So me and my family, we moved. I'm so excited about the move. And that was taking up a lot of time because y'all, when you move things, you're sitting there like, oh my goodness. A, I can't believe I had so much things that I have to move. And B, not only do I have to pack these things up, I have to unpack these things. But y'all, we are fully moved. We still have some things that we have to do, but I'm happy to say we're over 80% moved. So that's good. We're 80% in. But this hat has been kicking my butt because I showed y'all this some weeks ago when I still have not finished this hat. And the crazy part is I'm not sure how I want to do the what's it called? The brim of the hat. I don't know if I want to go full blown ruffle. I don't know if I want to do just by me saying ruffle, y'all. Look at it. With me saying a ruffle, I'm thinking I could do a ruffle and this can be for Halloween type. I don't know why this kind of look like a candy, not a candy cane, but like those little spiral candy thank you so much, Miss Jeanette. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. This has been a big move for us and I'm so excited. But I think this looked more like a candy. So I'm like, maybe I can do some big ruffles and just I think I'm gonna keep this for myself too, y'all. I'm really loving this. But I don't know if I want to do like a slight ruffle, big ruffle, or if I want to just do like a bucket. I'm not sure. But I have said I'm going to start wearing my hair down more instead of having like the styles that make me not able to wear hats that much. So I think that's why I want to put on like start making more hats for myself. And we're coming into hat season. So I'm excited about that. I have some ideas for some hats, y'all. So I'm super excited. I want to start wearing my crochet more and just being more out there more with crochet. And if y'all crochet, let me know, like, if you are a crocheter on this live right now, or even if you're looking at the replay, how often do you wear your crochet items? because one thing I noticed when we moved was that I have so many crochet items, and I'm trying to come up with like the best thing to actually try to get rid of a lot of these things, but I'm not sure what plan. I don't have 100% plan just yet, y'all. But in my mind, I'm thinking like, how am I going to get rid of this? But how often do y'all wear y'all crochet? Because I want to get into wearing it more. And when the weather start getting cool, that's when I really want to wear a little more. But anyways, let's talk about the August blanket, because for August, I'm thinking we're going to do of course, it's a granny square blanket, and I'm gonna do a continuous granny for August. And I'm going to start with this pink, but I want it to be in the colorway of a pencil, a number 2 pencil. So I'm gonna go pink, gray, yellow, and end it off with the border being black. So I thought that was cute. I think it'll be cute. I started all my other blankets. Well, most of my blankets I start with a 5mm hook, y'all. And in between, I wear more of my winter crochet items more than anything. Okay, see, and one thing I said too that I wanted to do is do like do more hexagon cardigans for the winter. I have one, but I use that anniversary yarn, and it is very, very thick. So the weather have to really, really be cool. I'm not sure. The way summer is, we may get it that cold here, but I love your bracelet. Thank you. My daughter made my bracelet. But what I'm wanting to do is some more hexagon cardigans for the winter time too. And I want to make some for me and my daughter for the winter time. So I have to get onto that. But I want to just get better at wearing them, because I'm great at making things, but not that great at wearing them. So I know some people don't like to wear the items that they make. Some people are like, listen, I'll wear them, but it just depends. And I know with me, one thing for me is that my crochet hats is my hairstyle. Sometimes my hair does not be, I always kind of like over 50% of the time have a style in my hair. And when I do that, y'all, it's hard to wear a hat. But anyways, how I start my grannies, I always do magic circle. Hello, hello, Miss Butter Boutique. Hello, hello. I think I said it in the last video. I think we have the same birthday. I think I said it in one of my last videos. My birthday is July 2nd, and I want to say I told you happy birthday, and I was just like, oh, we are birthday twins. But I'm just starting off a simple granny square with a 6mm, because I actually lost my 5mm crochet hook. I love clover hooks. And y'all, I'm gonna make a video because I got some other kind of hooks I thought I was gonna love, but I can't get away from these clovers, y'all. I cannot get away from these clovers. And my 5mm for some reason got lost. But I have another 6mm because I brought two. It's good to wear your items, and you are your best advertiser. That is so true. That is so true. And that's why I want to get better. That's what made me say, come on this live, start talking, come here and just be better promoter for my own thing as well, because I am not the best when it comes down to being on social media as much as I need to be. And this is what I love to do, and this is a part of me. So I'm like, hey, I have to start this blanket anyway. Why not turn the camera on? So I'm trying to get better at that. Now tell me, when y'all do y'all crochet granny squares, do you put two chains in between your clusters, or one? Because I usually do one chain, but I think for this blanket, just because I want to try something different, I'm going to do two chains in between. And like I say, I usually use a 5mm hook, but today I'm going to use this 6mm hook. I put two. Okay, okay. So hey, I'm gonna put two. This blanket is gonna have two. I usually do one, and I notice like I already do like tighter stitches already, and I'm like, listen, maybe I need to do two just to give me a little more space. So let me see, 1, 2, 3, and I just go in a magic circle, make 4 different sets of clusters, and that's how I start my granny square. And I always turn my work after each row. So I know some people, the beautiful thing about crochet is that some people do not do that. Some people like to just keep going. And some people like to say, hey, listen, I'm going to crochet, cut that yarn, use a different color. Go me. I want to continuously go because I want to do the easiest thing, y'all. I don't like changing colors and having to cut the yarns and do all that. But that's just me. But I always just chain up. Wait a minute, let me see. Because I'm about to say chain up 3. But this is how my first round usually looks here when I start. And then I turn. What I have to do a chain here so that I can turn. Yeah. So then we're going to start a corner. So I chain 3, start my corner, which is, we all know, cluster, chain 2, and cluster in the same corner if my yarn want to act right. But that's how I do my granny. So I know some people have different special ways that they do their granny squares. And y'all, that's just how I do mine. So, like I say, I don't have any direction for this live so far today. We are just going to talk. I did have something, y'all. I have a game, right? And I said, once I get it together, I want to play this game with the crochet family because I brought the game culture tags, and I brought culture tags and for my family, but my kids and my husband is like, listen, nobody can get those. It's kind of like where they give you the letters and you got to guess what the phrase is. I absolutely love that game, y'all. I love that game. And I'm like, listen, I think it's a good game that we can all, play together. But my family is like, listen, you always win. I don't want to play. So now I have like culture tag in a closet, nobody to play with. So I was just like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get on Crochet Live, and I may do it on a late night live because I'm thinking about throughout the week doing like some Crochet Live. Your background looks so colorful and inspiring. Thank you so, so much. I really like that colorful. I was trying to go with that colorful look, and I was just like, is it too much colors? And my kids was like, no, Ma, I think it's just enough. I think it's just right. So I'm glad that it's actually showing the way that I wanted it to show, because at first I was like, maybe I'm doing a little too much with the colors, but I love colors. Like, I love being in a space that can allow me to just be creative. So that was my biggest thing with doing the colors. I would say I did try to color coordinate my yarn, and I did some, as you can see, I got some reds, blues, this was supposed to be like some multi, I think, beside the white. It did good up until a certain point, and I was just like, but I think I did okay. It did good up until a certain point. I really didn't realize how much yarn I had while I was until actually I was putting everything together, and I was just like, I cannot believe I have that much yarn. But what I am going to do, I'm gonna blast through it though, because I said it's no need to continue to buy when I can just use what I have. So that was the whole point too of doing the granny square blankets, is just the kind of yarn, like kind of buster do. What do they call it? Stash busting. I think I'm saying it right. Y'all can let me know. And I want to know too, because I can't be the only one. I always be like, ain't no way I'm the only one. Do y'all have like a yarn stash? Or do you rather just buy your yarn per project? Because I know it's different for everybody. And I'm a big fan of, I don't think it's a right or wrong way that you can do things. I think it's one of those things of like, hey, if you like it and that's what you want to do, why not? If you want to have a lot of yarn, okay. If not, that's okay too. But I do have some yarn I do need to figure out what to do with them, because some of them, y'all, I'm like, how come I got this yarn in this stash, but I really wouldn't know what to do with that yarn. And I looked online because, Ravelry have this thing to where you can go on Ravelry and you can ask them to show you different yarns different patterns that were used with the yarn that you have in your stash. And I tried looking for this one, but nobody had, y'all, nobody used that yarn before. And I'm like, I see a lot of people selling it, and I see why it's so cheap because I think I got it on a sale one time, but I see why because that's some hard yarn to use and nobody know what to use it for. So, but the direction for this blanket now, what I'm thinking is I don't know how many rows I'm going to do of the pink because when you think about an eraser, usually it's the smallest part, no, the tip, depending on if it's sharp, I guess. But I'm thinking like doing small number of rows for the pink, then adding um just a couple, probably like 3 or 4 rows for the gray, and then letting the bulk of the blanket be yellow, and then the edge black. And I think I have enough yellow to where I can make this thing work, y'all. But I'm not sure. We're gonna see. So now my blanket, it depends on how much yellow I have, if we're gonna have a stubby pencil or if we're gonna have a long pencil, like a brand new number 2 pencil. And sometimes back in the day, in school, I used to like writing with the little shorter pencils. I don't know why. Now, with me, with my kids, they tear my nerves up. My kids tear my nerves up when it comes to a pencil. I have one who like to use mechanical pencils. Then I have another one, and the other two, I'm gonna tell you something. They can't find their pencil to save their life. The first day, because I homeschool my children, so the first day we good. They got their pencils. By the time we get to the middle of the week, they don't know where their pencil at. They done sharpen it. My baby girl, she'll sharpen that pencil till that pencil just ain't no pencil no more. It's like, listen, that's it. And I'm not buying no lead pencils because I was being country. I clear those lead pencils go so quick. So I'm like, I don't know what to do when it comes down to the pencil situation. But I am old school, y'all, so I still love to use pencil and paper. I know we're moving more so along in a digital world. And when we get into this digital space, let me tell you something. Pencils and paper and all that gonna be a little obsolete after a while. I think as much as I love my pencil and paper, I also love digital as well. So that's the thing with me. I'm kind of like I can do both, but when I am writing on a day-to-day basis, because I love to write and I love to journal, I will use pen and paper or pencil and paper. And I've had digital notebooks before. They're cool, but it's still nothing like the regular pen and paper. Y'all gotta let me know too. Let me know in the comments. Do y'all like digital or do you like pen? Seem like something got a mouth. Do y'all like still using pen and paper, or pencil and paper, or do you more prefer the digital way? Because I even know now, like, so are you making that for a teacher? No, I'm actually making it for myself. Well, no, let me take that back. Let me take that back because I say myself everything would be for me if I do that. If it sells, I would say it sells, but I do have an idea for the end of the year. Now, I will share my idea. I was thinking about crocheting a pencil. Oh, Miss Jeanette, there's a TikTok that was going around of a pencil hair bow, and it's the most cutest thing. And I said I was gonna make it because I wrote down all the stuff like she made on the TikTok. She even gave a step by step of how to do it. And when I say I was like, I'm gonna make that for back to school. Mm, I didn't get to it. But I said it's not gonna probably be back to school, but I'm gonna make it. And it's like a pencil hair bow. It is the cutest thing. I cannot remember the name of the person who put it on TikTok, but it was so cute. But I did make, let me see. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I have one in here. I did make a pencil before with this little chubby pencil, and I had it on. This one was on my husband's backpack, and I took it off and kept it for myself again because it came off his backpack. And I told him I was like, "You're gonna get this lost," so I tossed it in here. But I had made this one. And I kind of wanted it to be like I told you, I love the chubby pencils, but me and my husband both love to write too, so that's why I made him that. But pencils are so cute, and I love the put this back. And I love the what's it called? The pencil. I don't know if y'all saw the pencil scarves. I think those are cute. And I think once I finish the blanket, I think I'm gonna put like a pencil applique on this one. But I have an idea for the end of the year what I want to do with the pencils. I mean, not the pencils, my mind. What I want to do with the blankets. I want to do kind of like it'll be kind of like an art exhibit, kind of sort of. And I don't know if it'll be the end of the year or the beginning of next year, but I want to get all the 12 blankets that I made for this year. I want to just kind of like show them off, and if I could do something with charity, or my mind is 100 different directions of what I want to do, but I want it to be something to where maybe I could donate some pieces, sell some pieces, or something like that. Because for me to even do the 12 projects throughout the year is a thing. It's kind of like, for if I had it my way, I would have had each blanket complete each month. But of course, it ain't working out like that. But it's working out to the point to where I do have a blanket for each month so far, but they're not all completed. So at the end of this big project of doing all 12 blankets, I don't know how that all will work out, but me and my husband was talking about like possibly doing something like a little exhibit so I can kind of show that, and then possibly raise some money or donate some things for some stuff, because I love charity and I love giving back. One thing with my crochet is that I think I give back more than anything. This right here is like me being able just to express myself creatively. And I love that. I really, really love that for myself, because it gives me a peace of mind, like sitting here, being able to just, talk about what I love, interacting. Now, granted, it seems like I'm in my room just talking to this phone, but I know I got some beautiful, beautiful people behind this behind on this web. I have some beautiful people, and just to share my love for crochet with you all just makes my day. And sometimes you just never know, like you never know how something so simple to you can be peaceful for someone else. So this right here really is a part of my peace. I'll say a part of my peace, because there's so much things that can bring you peace, but this is a part of my peace, and I really, really just enjoy crocheting. So that's why for me, I really enjoy giving a lot of my crochet away as well, because it means so much to me. And I can only imagine, like, when you give somebody something and they're not expecting it, or even if they are expecting it, never saw it, and they're like, whoa, this is life changing for me. Like, we never know what our crochet do to people. So I don't take it for granted. I don't take making videos, coming on lives. I don't take none of that for granted. So that's why I try to do it with the most utmost respect. I try to do it, you know, having morals and ethics. I come from that generation, to be mindful. Some people are not as mindful. Some people, it's like, it is what it is. I'm one of those content creators that is, try to be very mindful, because you just never know whose life you can change, in a matter of just them watching your video. You just never know. You really never know. So that's why I try to be the most positive when I do come on and talk to my crochet family. I'm making hats for homeless right now. Oh, you know, I used to work in at a daycare, and I've been working in childcare a long time, many, many years before I started homeschooling my own children. And I would say one year we did a donation, and it was like we went into the community and we gave away boxes, and in the boxes was like the necessities, some of the things that they will use, and we had some hats and stuff in there. And when I say that was one of the most hardest, things to experience, I'm not gonna lie. It was hard to experience because it was so hands on, but man, it was so heartwarming, because me, I have such a big heart. I feel like I want to help everybody. It's like my mind goes 100 miles per hour. What more can I do? So I have really thought about, I know last year, or was it the year before? I'm not going to say which year, because I want to say last year, but the reality situation is these years are going by too fast. But one year I did do hats for cancer patients. And it was in our area, we have this beautiful facility to where some cancer patients and their families get to come and they have like these special programs for them. And I was a part of it because my husband is a cancer survivor many years ago. And I made hats for that group. That was so heartwarming. So I know you making hats for the homeless, Miss Jeanette. I know that just warms your heart. And that just, I think you have to experience actually doing that and then being able to give a piece of you. Because you never know, like, what you're giving can change that person's life. It's some people be like, oh, it's a hat. No, like, it's more than that. It is so much more. And I know when I did the hats for the cancer patients, I had some kind, it was a star pin that I put on each hat, and I think it said doing my best. And I want to say it said doing my best because it was like, for me, when I saw that pin, I thought it was the perfect pin because I know a lot of people will ask people who are going through something. It doesn't have to just be cancer. People who go through this, like, how are you doing? And it was that star. And I'm like, put the star on every hat because it's like, even if you don't want to say anything, you could just tap like I'm doing my best. Because a lot of times, even in life, like that's the most you can do is your best. Whatever your best is. Hello to everyone who is on the live, y'all. Listen, thank y'all for joining me for this crochet session I'm doing. I'm in here crocheting my August blanket. Starting off, my idea is to do it as a pencil theme, y'all. So it's going to be a continuous granny square, and I'm going with a pencil theme. So we're going to do yellow, look at me, pink in the middle, and then I'll probably do about 2 or 3 rows of gray, and then I'll do the rest yellow. So the bulk of the blanket will be yellow. And then we're going to edge it off with a black. And that is going to be August because listen, August is back to school. My children have not started school just yet. We will start next week. I know some of my nieces and nephews, they started this week. And y'all, I was so excited for them, seeing their little pictures of them getting on the bus and seeing their little pictures of them, before school. It like brings so much memories back. Like, oh my goodness, I remember those first days of school pictures. But they all look so happy, and I just hope that all the children who are going back to school, I hope they have such a blessed and productive school year, as well as administrative and staff. Let's talk about that because listen, I think sometimes we tend to forget. I like how this look, y'all. Look how this is looking, and I'm putting 2 chains in between, and I like it. But sometimes we forget about administrative and staff when it comes down to school. Like, these teachers give a lot of themselves to be a teacher. It takes a lot to be a teacher. It takes a lot to be a student. It takes a lot to be a staff. So when you put all that collectively together, it takes a lot to just be in that space, to be in the schoolhouse. And I worked in school setting before, y'all. I've worked in school setting, so I understand. Like, sometimes we miss that. So let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna go one more round. I think I'm gonna do 6. Let's do 6 pink. So one more round for the pink, and then I'll clip this, and then we'll add 3 rounds for the gray. So 6 and 3. Oh, I like that. But yeah, I hope that everybody have a blessed, just a blessed school year. Like I said, sometimes we tend to forget all that it takes for the teachers. And then, oh, let's not forget us parents. It takes a lot for parents to leave their kids in the schools. You know, not everybody has the option to do the same thing when it comes down to their children when it comes with school. Sometimes you got some people who decides to homeschool. You got some people who say, no, my children needs to be in public school. You have some that say, hey, they need to be in private school. I don't care what option you choose. Like, we still have to give it up for educators. We have to give it up for the parents because y'all are trusting people who y'all don't know from a can of beans. Y'all don't know those teachers, and y'all are trusting them with a piece of y'all heart, which is our babies. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we tend to forget that. Sometimes people think like, oh, these parents just throwing their kids off, but there's some parents that really do struggle with that, you know? So I think everybody in general, as a collective, we have to give it up to all the staff and all the teachers and everybody. So yeah, but I'm excited for the school year, y'all. I'm excited. I learned so much along the way on this homeschool journey with my children. And whew, I always tell my husband, I said, listen, as much as I'm their teacher, I think the biggest thing I've learned in life is like, listen, they're actually teaching me. Those kids, my kids teach me so much. So I love children. So I'm gonna tell y'all a little secret to life. One little secret. And I always say, God put these children here to show us and teach us something, because y'all listen, you can learn so much from them. They're at like the peak of their innocence, especially when you get to be around babies, and the younger they are, you can learn so much from children. They're in that stage to where they're just like, listen, I'm just here. I don't got no worries, no cares, no stress. And you just kind of like learn how they move. You see how they move. You know, so many different things you can learn from children. And I don't take it for granted, because every time that I'm out and about, when I say, my kids be like, Mom, why do all the kids come up to you? And I'm like, I don't know, but they do. But I learned a little bit from the children. So I love children. I love elderly. I love our elderly. And I just love people in general, though. I love, 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 love people. But I think I'm going to go with 6 rows here. I'm almost around, y'all. Y'all, I think I did pretty all right, y'all. Even though I was talking and y'all could see, can y'all imagine, like, if I had a room full of people, I would have been at as far as in front of me right here. You know, I have people on my live, but listen, y'all see how much I could talk now. Imagine. And I was just like, you know what? I think I'm gonna come on live a little more. I'm gonna chat it up a little more, and we're gonna have a good time. And we are going to play culture tag the next time I'm on live. Out of the mouth of the babies, as it is written. That's right. Yes, yes, yes. It's written in the Bible. That's right. Out of the mouth of the babies, you can learn so much. And when I say I don't take it for granted, and it's like I have to tell y'all this. I had the pleasure, and I always tell a story, and I say it the same way. I had the pleasure of working in the school system and doing special ed. When I say that was the best year of my life working with those children, oh my goodness. I was in an autistic class, and it was arranged from kindergarten up to what, it was elementary age. So kindergarten, I think they go up to what, fifth in kindergarten. When I say I learned so much, and I had one little girl always say, she used to give me a hard time, and she would smile. She knew what she was doing, because I always used to tell her, and I tell them like, you may not could talk, but I know you understand everything I'm saying. I knew she understood, because she would laugh and do things like, hi. And that used to tickle me so much, because I'm like, oh my goodness. And I always say too, so I have this thing up. I feel like everybody can learn. Everybody has that ability to learn. You know, it's all about what we're pouring into the next person or into our children, you know, and they taught me so much in special ed. That was like one of the best experience of my life. I went to Special Olympics with them too, because the school had like, our school district that I worked for, they did Special Olympics. And when you come back, like we leave that morning, we come back throughout that day. I mean, at that afternoon before they get to go on the bus. And when I say, when we came back from Special Olympics, y'all, they had the lines of the hallways. All the kids from all the classes were along the hallways. The teachers, and each kid that went to Special Olympics, they had like these medals that they got from Special Olympics, and they were like, "Yay!" And they were cheering all the kids when we came back from Special Olympics. When I say, I boohoo cried. I boohoo cried. I was crying. I was crying so much, because that moment was just so special. And just to see, like, without any kind of like, it's like you took the blinders off all the kids, and and it shows you like, kids do what they are taught, but everyone in that school was just showing so much love to those children. And you know, it was just a beautiful moment. And I think we need more of those moments. We need more love placed within just the realms of life in general. But I thought that was a beautiful thing. So I don't take for granted, like you said, Miss Jeanette, out of the mouth of babies, like I don't take for granted none of the babies. When they're little, when they're infants, I talk to them and everything. So for me, I totally understand what it means when people would say, hey, these kids understand what we're saying, because I really feel like they do. I'm looking for my scissors, y'all. I really feel like they understand. And sometimes I always tell people, I think a lot of the times we, some parents or people, I won't say just parents, we don't think kids can understand or they are watching what we're doing, but who they are. You can look at a kid and you can tell a lot about their life, their parents, their household, and everything, how that kid acts and responds. So we got to keep that in mind too. So even when I dislike, one thing I dislike too, y'all, and I know this is rambling, but we just having a conversation. One thing I dislike is when people always say bad kids, just terrible kids. And for me, I think we have a lot of bad parents versus a lot of bad children too. Our guidance. Some kids just need the proper guidance in order to be able just to have a chance. And now I don't like when people call kids bad. That's just me though. This the gray. We're gonna do three rows of gray. I did six. Show y'all this because I'm gonna sew this in later. So I did 6 rows of the pink. I think, well, no, not think, I know. I'm gonna do 3 rows of the gray. I'm looking to see which gray I got. Oh, okay. All right, y'all. Sorry. This is the gray. Now I have this gray, which is the light gray that can look like the pencil. Now I'm going to use this one, but I'm not gonna hold y'all. I had this gray down there as well. See, I got the specks in there. I wanted to use the one with the specks, but I think I'm gonna just go with the solid one because we are doing the pencil. This can be used for something else. So let me put that back. I'll put that one back for now. We can use that for something else. I do like that one though. I like the specs. Let me know what y'all are working on. I know Miss Jeanette says she's working on some hats. Oh, I wonder if I had it. I have to show you. Oh my goodness, Miss Jeanette. Okay, this is how busy I was. I just thought of something. My mind would go 100 miles an hour, but I just thought of this. I had made a hat that you put on your channel. Now, I was going to say, guys, if you have not checked out DIY Creations, check her out. Miss Jeanette has some amazing patterns. And I'm going to tell you something about crochet. I always say crochet is beautiful. You have to find the right person that you can understand when they're teaching you something or you have patterns, right? Because some people say, I don't know how to crochet. Can you teach me? And I'm like, listen, I have some tutorials, but I'm not the biggest like tutorial maker or like, hey, do this, do this. Sometimes it is a little difficult to try to show people in person how to crochet for me. So I would send them like, check this channel out or check this person out. Because the beautiful thing about crochet is that a lot of the times it's about who is the teacher. And it's not a right or wrong thing. It's just that like you can listen to some people and it's like it clicks. And I'm like, I've been crocheting for a long time. And there's some people that I can listen to and it's just like, oh, dang, it makes sense. Miss Jeanette is one of those people when you look at her tutorials and you did a barrette type hat. I think that's what it's called. I have to show it. I'm looking. I have it in one of my containers. And I meant to do a short on the hat, but it was in between packing everything up and doing that. It's the cutest thing. And I know this fall, I'm gonna be wearing it like it ain't nobody business because it is so cute and it's in like a brown colorway and it's cute. It's cute. I'm gonna have to show. I'm gonna have to pull it so that I can show next time. It is the cutest beret, and it was the one where you did the front post and back post to the front side, and I used a Karen Simply Soft on that one. She is so cute. She is so cute. That hat is gorgeous. And as I said before, I don't wear a lot of hats, but when I do, I like a certain type, and those barrettes look so cute. And for this fall time, I know it's gonna be cute. I know it. So if y'all need some good patterns, check out Miss DIY Creations, y'all. I'm all here for like some good nostalgia. So I like a good pattern that's like old school mixed with some new school. And I'm telling you, just something different. Like I know there's so many different patterns, there's so many different things out here, y'all, that we can crochet. And that, like I always say, that's the beautiful thing about crochet. We have so many options. Y'all, don't beat me up either. Do not beat me up. I know I'm not the only one. I will make these little pieces because how I connect them and I sew in at the end. Who sews in at the end versus who says, listen, I'm not sewing in at the end. We are going to connect this yarn so I don't have to sew in at the end. Which way do you prefer? Do you prefer to sew it in at the end, or do you prefer to just say, listen, we not doing that. We gonna go ahead and sew as we go. Cause who going back? Except me. Except me. I'm going back, y'all. Cause right now I'm like, listen, it's no need. I don't feel like sewing in the ends or catching the yarn and doing it that way. I should though. I should, but it's okay. I think it'll be okay. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. But we're gonna do these three, and then I'm gonna get out of y'all here because I'm thinking about. I don't know though. I think I'm gonna come live. I don't know if I'm gonna go live on TikTok later, but I may go live on TikTok later tonight. Like I said, I'm gonna get better at going live because y'all listen. I need to set up some times of when I can go live because I have the time to go live, and I want it to be more so scheduled versus just popping in out of the blue, and y'all be like, "Where you been? Like, why you just popping up on us like that?" You know? And really, it's just going to be me talking to y'all beautiful people. And it's going to be me just getting some crochet sessions in. Because guess what? We're going to finish all of these back to work. Everyone have a great day, Miss Janae. Thank you so much for joining the live. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You have a beautiful day. But I think I'm going to be just popping in and out on live and crocheting and getting these blankets done because for one, I'm gonna finish this August blanket, and then if I finish this in time, y'all, did I mess this up? If I finish this in time, I'm able to catch up with the I'm able to catch up with the what's it called? I'm able to catch up with the other blankets. So I think August is going to be that sweet spot for me that's going to allow me to get this blanket done. And after I get this blanket done, I'm looking to making sure I didn't mess up. After I get this blanket done, y'all, I'll be able to finish up the other ones, and then we'll have some solid blankets for the projects for the month. Do y'all have anything special that y'all are doing for the year? Like how I'm doing the blankets, a blanket a month, and each of my blankets have a story, kind of like how I'm saying with the back to school for this one. Each of them I try to have like a story, and y'all, I'm looking this way because a lot of my blankets are right here. And I'm trying to remember one of the biggest blankets that I did, and I think it's going to be the only biggest blanket that I did so far was in February. And I made individual squares for that one. That's a huge blanket. And not only is it huge, it's not blocked off, y'all. So it's a little bulky in some areas, and I know I need to block it, but I never blocked off a blanket before, and I know I'm going to need to block off a blanket, but I'm a little afraid to block off a blanket. I'm a little afraid to block it, but I think it'll make a better looking blanket if I blocked it. So one of these days I'm going to block it. But y'all, we are coming up on this round. Like I said, I'm doing the pencil theme blanket, um, which is, let me show y'all. I'm doing a pencil theme granny square blanket, and I'm pulling it because y'all, okay, I'm a tight crocheter, so I crochet kind of tightly. And I want to say this too, because I just realized it's okay to pull your work as you go. Because I used to be so scared, and I would crochet and it kind of get bundled up, and it's like, girl, pull that thing and stretch that thing out. So now I notice I need to start doing that more. But I'm doing a pencil theme granny square, continuous granny square for the month of August. So I have 6 rounds of the pink. We're gonna do 3 rounds of the gray because that's like the eraser part, and then we're gonna just finish it off in yellow. A couple of rows of yellow. I'm not sure how much rows of yellow I'm gonna do. I'm not sure how big this blanket is gonna be, but we're gonna go around in yellow, and then we're gonna edge it off, which will probably be 3 or 2 rows of black when I edge it off. And that's going to be our August granny square blanket. Like I said, I'm not sure how big I'm going to go with it. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but I know that it's going to be cute. It's going to be cute. So my goal is to finish this off so that I can catch up on all the other ones to where I have the blanket started, but I don't have them finished, y'all. And I want to have everything finished. So if I can get this done, even if it takes me half of August to finish August blanket, I don't think it's going to take me half of August, but hey, we don't know what life is going to bring us, right? So if it takes me half of August, I got the other half to where I can catch up. But I don't think it's going to take me that because I'm planning on crocheting at least a couple of rows every day so that we can get this party started, y'all. We can get this thing completed. So, but with that being said, y'all, like I said, I'm gonna continue to work on these blankets. And I think I'm going to, I already hit the 45-minute mark. I was thinking about being on live for like 30 minutes. Then it went and I was just like 45. Then I'm like, maybe after I finish this third row. But y'all, I think I'm going to just end it here at 46 minutes. It's over a little 45 minutes. I'm going to still work on this. I'm going to try to get out some more shorts. And like I mentioned, y'all, let me know. And I know a lot of people like to watch live videos and not comment sometimes, which is okay, but I want to play the culture tag games with my crochet family. So let me know if y'all be interested in that. I think it'll be cool. Like just kind of like have, I don't know, where I could probably just place it up somehow. I don't know. We'll figure it out to where I have the culture tag and we can play that while we're crocheting. Just have random conversations, crochet together, play a little culture tag, and why not? So I would definitely see y'all in the next one. I wanted to come and just do this little update, talk to y'all about where I've been. Thank y'all for catching the live with me. I will be doing a little couple of more videos. Like I say, life has been going really well. I'm not complaining at all. It's just that life has been lifing. There's things, you have to get done in life, and it is what it is. But outside of that, y'all, thank y'all for being the best part of my crochet family. And as always, I am your one and your only Lady of Crochet, LadySamoan, and I will see you next time. See y'all.